So we're gonna ignore that Lauren and Cameron weren't at the reunion. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clear Hair. Today we are discussing the Love is Blind reunion. I was going to put makeup and get dolled up, but I'm going to put the same amount of effort they put into this reunion. Coming up on my review, Lauren and Cameron, they decided to bring, it's funny how they decided to bring OGs back, original gangsters, but they didn't bring Lauren and Cameron. Jeremy and Sarah Ann is dating. Filling in the empty spaces with a lot. And then 80 talked to Matthew, is that his name? 80 went on a date with Matthew. Clay is still talking in circles and needs Visine. We'll be sending Visine to Clay. So first things first, let's go in order. They had a lot of the former contestants. You guys know, you can go look up if you want to, but they had a lot of former contestants. I did not recognize Gigi because she's a brunette from the first season. I did have a theory about the fact that they didn't invite Lauren and Cameron. I feel like the series might be over and they don't want to be attached to it because that, number two, they could have asked about the baby situation. If you guys are true fans of the Hamiltons, you'll know that. I feel like I'm saying the last name wrong, but you'll know that they have had some fertility, I would say fertility issues. I don't like issues because it's not their fault. I would say they've had some fertility bumps in the role. So maybe they didn't want to be questioned about that. But I do have a theory that Love is Blind might be on its way out because of the fact that it's getting harder and harder to stay discreet. I feel like we'll go into that a little bit later. So let's go then. First things first, Sarah Ann and Jeremy and Laura. First of all, Laura looked stunning. Like she looked so there. Jeremy wore the Hawaiian shirt, and a lot of people will sit there and be like, why did he wear the Hawaiian shirt? He still wants to get revenge on Sarah. He's like, how dare you call me out on anything? Like Jeremy and Sarah Ann are perfect for each other because he wants somebody that's not going to call him out. Sarah Ann was doing a pick-me battle. Sarah Ann was doing a pick-me battle between left and right of like who is more pick-me, who's not. And I can tell you that it doesn't get more pick-me than the fact that someone chose another person to propose to and you're still trying to be like, whenever your situation changes. You ever see that one couple that they never get past each other? They're just staying out of spite. Like couples stay together out of spite. And I truly feel like Jeremy and Sarah Ann, I feel like they're just here for the spotlight. As soon as the spotlight goes, like I promise you, I can see it before the next season. I can see them breaking up very easily. Like once the spotlight's off of them officially, like I really feel like they're just like, okay, we have more clout together, trauma bond, you know? So like, I don't see them staying together long-term if that's a real relationship. But if y'all think that men do not stay with women out of spite, you have no idea how the male mind works, okay? Trevor, I guess this was like a wild card. He was waiting back behind there like it was Maury. We have Trevor in the back, 30 minutes. I'm just like it didn't make any sense. I was like, what is going on? I was like, why is he waiting? And I was so confused on why he was waiting in the back like a little kid. They brought him out. They brought the receipts about him like liking a girl. And like they brought the receipts about him liking a girl, and then like they were supposed to be together, they talked together. That's the first person he texted. They were supposed to get married, child. And then Trevor, like he was just like, if you need that confirmation, Chelsea, I'll come with you and we can go one-on-one so I can lie better because these cameras are making me tell the truth. And then he ran away like a scared little boy. Nick Lachey's favorite quote I got from here: don't come here for fame, but if you do, we will give you money. Oh wait, that was my end part, child. At the end of the day, you could have not given you could have given none of these people publicity, but you did. Like Nick Lachey is that person that he's the type of boss I can see him being like, hey, make sure you sell cars, but don't tell me how you sold all those cars. He's that person. He's that boss that he's that boss. I'm going to tuck my braids behind my ears. So you can hear me. He's that boss that will get mad about the way you got the cars to sell, but he doesn't want to take credit. He'll take credit for the car selling, but he doesn't want to know about how you got the cars to sell. He's that person. Okay, we're gonna talk to the two couples that actually made it to the altar. So that's gonna be AD and Clay. First of all, please, can we get a Visine sponsorship to Clay? Because as someone who wears contacts, I don't do this. Like, I don't do this. Like, can we get a sponsorship? Like, can someone please get him some drops? Okay, I just don't understand it. But honestly, he has finally mastered his dad's way of talking in circles. He did it. I'm so proud of him. He finally did it. Like, he's talking in circles. They literally, you want to know how you answer? Let's play a game. Let's play answer like Clay. Perfect. So Claire, what do you think about the climate crisis? Well, we are on the third rock from the sun. And I really feel like there's just so many attributes that go into that crisis. But what I can really say is that the earth has 3 layers. Child, you didn't say anything. You're just conversing. You're just practicing words. It's like when my niece first learned how to talk. It's like she's just saying words out of her mouth. They're just coming out of it, not making any sense. When he sat there and looked AD in her face and said, if it was any other time, you are the love of my life. And I just feel like, you are the love of my life. And I just really feel like there is no other way that I can just, I did therapy. I tried different therapists. And, I just really want you to know that you are the love of my life. If I could go back, I wouldn't. But AD said, skirt, you played in my face. Now, mind you, she said a couple of more colorful words I can't say on here just in case my nieces find this. She said you played in my face, and he is correct. She is correct. He played he played Uno, he played Spades, he played 24, he played Jack in the Box, he played in your face. He played every game there is. At the end of the day, one thing that I can always say from a narcissist, and yes, Clay is one. I know people don't like throwing that away, but I have a degree, so I can say whatever I want to say. He is a textbook covert. He's more overt. He's more of an overt. He's like a cross. He's unique because like he has the qualities of an overt. Overt is basically obnoxious narcissist, but covert is one they chip away at your self-esteem. Okay, a lot of mothers who are in competition with their daughters are very much covert narcissists, the most dangerous type of narcissist. Because you don't see it coming. Overly narcissist is just like, well, okay, you're here, but covert is the little slick stuff. Those cut deeper. But I would definitely say like he talks in circles like his dad. For him to say she's the love of his life, he doesn't mean that. At the end of the day, someone who as shallow as Clay, they want somebody they can show off. They want somebody when you walk in the room, people are just like smoke show. Like I said, like honestly, AD is a oh my God, like just undescribably beautiful. Now, of course, there are some hair makeup choices that aren't the best, but you can't look past the fact of how beautiful she is. But she is girl cute. She's not guy cute. If you want me to describe that in a video, get this up to 1,000 views and I'll do a whole video on what girl cute versus guy cute is. Okay. But definitely for sure, I feel like Clay's tears was mad because he was getting bad breasts. One thing narcissists don't like is being embarrassed, but they love making people feel like crap. When they asked the question we really wanted to hear was about the dad's apology. I don't know. Like, I really feel like with the dad's apology, like he was saying like, oh, well, he's showing me we have a really good relationship. He's talking in circles. Like, I mean, what's the circumference of these lies? I really want to know what the circumference of these lies, because you just keep talking. So you're not answering the question. At the end of the day, your dad is never going to give you that apology. Okay, he's never going to give you that. And as someone who is Caribbean, you're not going to get that from a Caribbean father. Okay, you got to make that peace, heart yourself, love yourself, and move on. You're not going to get it. But he's still using his dad as a funnel for his emotions. You are your own person. You are not your parents. Okay, all right. Something very typical with narcissists: they like to take on their parents' personalities. And sometimes the parent is also a narcissist. But overall, Clay and AD dating Matt, I feel that was just to show him what he was missing out on. He is cute, but I'm sorry, but I like to feel special. If I sit there and see you're doing stuff with other people, Amy and Johnny, so cute, adorable, but I feel like they didn't really press on them they were just like, okay, like she looks good, but that was pretty much it. And then they didn't really specify on what their contraception plans was, which I like because, like I said, once again, your marriage is your business. Okay. So let's go into the second half. Let's go into Jimmy, Jess, Chelsea. So Jimmy, I know you people are not into astrology like that, but Jimmy is a Scorpio. One thing I can tell you about Scorpios, do not, and I repeat this, do not break their trust. They will get revenge on you for the rest of your and their life. Like, you will never know peace. Don't ever cross no Scorpio. If you cross a Scorpio, just block them on everything. They will get revenge, and they will sit there, and it'll be 30 years down the line. Yeah, I got revenge for you from the 90s. Like, they don't care. They are patient. They will get revenge on you. Some of them like to do it immediately. So when Jimmy persistently told Megan Fox that he didn't want people to know about him sleeping with the girl in the past, and his friend girl was mad about him about that, and she broke his trust, he literally said, well, at that moment I was pretty much done with you, but I want to drag you along. I said he wanted to drag her along because he wanted to punish her. It's the same thing with Jess. Jess been in his mindset, once he found out that she had a kid, he already read her off, but he wanted to drag her along as what class? Punishment. One thing I can say about Scorpios are very vindictive. Now, they have a lot of good positive qualities, very patient, very understanding. But when you cross them, they can be very vindictive. They can literally have revenge on you on something you said 3 years ago. You don't remember what you said. But I definitely, for sure, I feel like he led her on. Now, one thing that he did say was that when he did see a picture, he said, hey, I just want to let you know, like, you are, like, I think Vanessa Lachey had asked him, Miss Lachey had asked him about how he felt about when he first saw her picture. He's like, oh my God, you're just, Jess, you are absolutely stunning, gorgeous, blah, blah. But I did notice in the background, I did notice Chelsea's response to that. And I can just tell, like, her face was just like, dang, like, I'm reminded of my parentheses place. Because like I said, like, there is a social hierarchy when you're attractive. Like, at the end of the day, I could be a horrible person, but how I look, no one's going to believe it. Okay. Unless it's Hugh inspired, but no one's going to believe it. Like, when you're good looking, like, people automatically assume good things about you. So I feel like Chelsea was just like, dang, like, my place. And like I said, Chelsea is beautiful. Her eyes are amazing, but she's girl cute. She's not guy cute. So this was one thing that Jess is good at. Jess is a Capricorn. Okay. Now, if you guys are into astrology or not, Capricorns are very, very upfront and to the point. So she called Jimmy out, which Capricorn would. They don't do that bypassing stuff. They go right for it. And she was like, hey, actually, Jimmy, in their recent interview, you were saying how, like, I left the interview, and of course they had the receipts, of course, but they were saying how, like, just was like, I thought it was cool, but we're not, because in your recent interview, free to say face, because Scorpios do not like being embarrassed. For him to say face, basically, he pretty much threw her under the bus, and he did not like that. And the thing that killed me too was the fact that took me out was, like, when Jimmy brought up the fact that Chelsea still hangs out with her ex-boyfriend, and she was quick to, like, nullify it and be like, no, that's not true, absolutely not. But yeah, Brittany and Kenneth, before we get to the 15-minute mark, Brittany and Kenneth, I just felt like I still am confused on how they're still cool. The only way they can still be cool is if, I'm gonna just leave that. I'm gonna just put that out. That's the only way they can still be cool, because I'd be hot if you sat there and broke up with me on your phone. He said, oh, I called Clay a mess, or, in shambles. But with them being besties, I still think I'm just stretching my arms. I still think something's up there, but definitely for sure, like, they're besties now. But me personally, I would have still felt some type of way. But I don't know if I could truly be friends with you after the fact. Like, but overall, before I get into, like, my Love is Blind full-on review, I am kind of satisfied that they're taking questions from us, because we're making you money. We're the people who are keeping you guys relevant. Out of all the reality shows, like, Love is Blind is one of the top. Not for the state, for the nation. So we're keeping you relevant. So I feel like definitely for sure the viewers are in charge. But I am happy with the questions that was asked. They asked every question we wanted, especially with Trevor. but some people said he was planted in there, which I wouldn't be surprised if he was. But something about the text message just seemed very artificial. But all right, child. Okay, so overall, Love is Blind review this season. I give this season a 0 out of 5. I feel like I'm missing. I would say love wise, I feel like I didn't really feel the love in this season. I feel like they're trying to promote drama so people can still have interest. Love-wise, it was like, I liked Amy and Johnny's love story, but I didn't really feel the love like I felt in the first couple of seasons. So this one, I definitely felt like, love-wise, no. Entertainment, 5 out of 5. But love-wise, like 0.5 out of 5. It was not good. That's why when they had showed that snippet of Bliss and her man, Bliss and Mr. Bliss, when they showed that they was at the baby shower, I really felt like they really are in love. Like Zach really he's blessed, because it's rare that you get 2 chances with the love of your life. Mine might as well one, but he really did his thing in that. I really love that for him. Chelsea, the casting director for Love is Blind, that was the biggest news. And something about it just screams not good. Like, I'm just thinking from a psychological, experimental, scientific point of view. Something about the fact that Chelsea is the casting director doesn't make any sense. Especially if you were formerly in the experiment and now you're the instructor. That's not how psychology works. Love is Blind season 7. Where's the location? Because you guys keep saying you're going to do Tampa, but I have not seen y'all in my city. I am in Tampa. I'm in Florida. I have not seen y'all here. We need harder requirements to go on to the show. We need psych evaluations. I also have down here, we need relationship status. Are you single, or does somebody think you in a relationship with them? I also have, are you settled in your career? Like, so many of these people are going on the show and their career is not settled. Like, you should be at the point where the grunt work is over. Like, something sending me over the edge about the fact that some of y'all are not done with the grunt work part of your job. Like, you should not be sitting there saying, oh, well, I work 8 to 9. Hopefully they're okay with that. You should be done with that before you sit there and say you're going to get married to a new person. Like, it's different if you married a person and then you get a job that does that. But like, you should be done with that. Why are you on this show when you're not settled in your career yet? That's very questionable to me. I'm so confused. But this is the biggest thing. This is the most controversial thing I'll say. The most controversial opinion I have is Love is Blind needs to stop having good looking people on it. I said it. They need to stop having good looking people. They need to stop having good looking people. The reason why Love is Blind needs to stop having good looking people on it, because it's not hard to fall in love with someone who's good looking. It's not hard. It's not hard. You don't know anything about this person, but it's just like, I mean, like, the way I see it is if I wake up from a coma, and I don't think most people, it's rare for me to find a man who's attractive. Lorenz Tate, I guess. Is that what you guys are? Let's say I wake up from a coma and Lorenz Tate's like, oh, actually, I'm your husband. I'm not going to fight him too hard. Like, it's not hard. It's not hard to fall in love with somebody who's like, I really want it to truly be a Love is Blind test. Stop having attractive people on the show. Now, that doesn't mean I'm sitting here saying, oh, well, you want people who have like, who's not attracted to the eyes or da-da-da. I was like, I really want it to truly be a Love is Blind test. You're sitting here saying is Love is Blind, but it's a model. You know, like, it's not hard. Now, mind you, there are some weirdos on here who, like, I still think with the whole Deepti situation, she is an Indian god. Oh, she's an Indian goddess. I don't understand. But like, I'm truly in awe of the fact that they keep hiring good looking people. Stop hiring good looking people for Love is Blind. It is not testing anything. It's not hard to fall in love with someone who's attractive. But my final notes, I can't wait for season 7 because it's very messy, very entertaining. But overall, I am side-eyeing the fact that how you gonna have Love is Blind? You know the L in Love is Blind stands for Lauren. Don't forget to subscribe, share.